Well, welcome to Anything is Possible. Wait till a few people get in here. This is not the live I intended for tonight, but welcome in. We're going to keep it positive. Happy New Year. We're about an hour from New Year's here on the East Coast. I'll wait till a few people are in here, let you know what all's going on, but wanted to thank everybody for their support before I got distracted tonight. Anyone catching the rewatch, it's been an awesome year on the channel. We went from a job that I hated to working full-time on YouTube. Hey, Bassett Creo, welcome in. Went from doing a just hanging out, gonna try to hold down the hour till Skeeter kicks off here. Hey, Danny. I do have a link if anybody wants to pop up. Let me get a wrench to Bassett Creo here. Oh, I'm not going to be able to go too far into the live without telling you what all just happened here. Springfield Township, awesome. Joseph, let me get you a wrench so you can connect around. I don't know how you tracked me down, but that's awesome. I'm a local. I'm up in Schwenksville. Let me give you a wrench so you can connect around. Brad, I got your email, man. I just replied to it. I swear. I immediately fell down the steps. Like, I've got busted ribs, man. Don't make me laugh. I just fell down my steps and had a pretty bad fall like an old person. I have this issue with my foot. I have a ruptured Achilles tendon that I'm trying to take a non-surgical route on. And once it starts sliding, there's nothing I can do to stop it. So I'm falling all the time to my left. And of course, I'm going down the steps and my freaking stray cat's on the step. And I try to avoid it and I just slam my ribs. And like, I've never fallen down steps like cartoon wise. And I did. I just went all the way to the bottom. So I can't wait to wake up. Hey, 50 cents in the house. Luminaires, welcome. Cam's back. Welcome. Let me get, I know Danny wanted to pop up. It's like morning over there. Let me remember how to do this here, buddy. I know I had the link a second ago, right? Let's see. Oh, I got it. Here, I'm remembering, I think. Ooh. There's that. Where the heck's the link? If I do this, wait, send link. Let's see. Hey, Fisher with Steve, what's going on, man? What's going on? Hey, Shine, Weld, Savage. I can't even shout. John, it's hard to breathe, guys. Let's see if I can figure this out. Hey, Jenny. Copy link. I copied the link. I don't know how to send the dang link. I think I got your email, right, Danny? I think I got your email. You should be in my email somewhere. Maybe. Trying to figure out how I can send the link so other people can pop up here with me. It's been a minute since I've done that. Yeah, absolutely, Bassett Creo. Welcome in. You got it, Joseph. Yeah, you're pretty local to me, man. Springfield's right around the corner. John Parker, what's going on, brother? Army Mom, Fishing with Steve. I really got to figure out how to let people up here because I can't hold down this hour alone tonight. I could have 10 minutes ago, but Joseph, absolutely. Green Lane is heavily stocked and Deep Creek. And we've been catching them up there, been catching carp, and then it froze up. and now thaw it out. I'll be fishing there tomorrow, 10 to 2 live, so you can tune in and get a sneak preview of what's going on up there. Yeah, it should be good. Last year they did the fall stocking the same way. It froze up and it turned to slush. And what it means is there's trout in there all winter long, man. It's awesome. It's an awesome spot to access. Water Carry just hit 3.2 subs today. That is awesome. Savage. Man, we got so many awesome people in here. It was such an awesome year, guys. I went from working a job I just completely hated. I took this job when I got married and we got pregnant and I bought a house all in the same year, basically. It was a nightmare year. I mean, awesome year, but scared to death. And I took a job that paid really good money, actually, and it was super stressful and I hated it. Hated it for years, hated everything about it, but just, did the right thing and got to a point where the channel was taking off. Took early retirement from the company when they started outsourcing, gave me an opportunity to get out. I got out, went full time on the YouTube. And then recently I took a side gig because, obviously don't make a lot on YouTube, but my wife makes decent money and we were saving a lot by me taking care of the kids instead of having after school programs, before school programs, buying food out all the time. I hunt and fish all the time. I could at least stock the freezers. So now I got a part-time job, the hours that I want out of like a local grocery store, making like a quarter of the pay that I used to make, but it's an awesome job. And it's in the seafood department. And yeah, it's at Wegmans. I think Brad posted that. And Wegmans is actually like a really good company. It's not just like a regular grocery store. We cut whole fish there. So I'm actually learning some stuff that I didn't have before. If you're just coming in, sorry, my voice is all screwed up. I probably just cracked ribs. I felt like an old man. I can't do this stuff anymore. I'm getting too old for this crap. I like felling on my steps. Let's see. Let me send you yeah, awesome, Danny. Yeah, send me an email and then I can send you that link. 2024 just had to be one more than honest between. Don't make me laugh, Brad. Don't make me laugh, man. I'm trying to hold it together. Sampy, what's going on, man? What's going on? Green Lane's about 48 minutes. Yeah, it's a good place to go. I'll tell you, they dredged it this year, Joseph, if you didn't know that. You know where the beach used to be, right by the dam, they dredged that whole side out. So it's now like where it used to be a beach and it was really shallow, like a foot, even 8 feet out, it was only like a foot deep. It's like 3, 4 feet right at the edge. So I thought that meant it was going to be great fishing, and it meant it really wasn't at all. And somebody suggested that it was like the phytoplankton and all the mosses that grow there were all torn out basically. And I think that must be true. So I don't think this phase will hold for next year. I think they will be holding closer to shore. But right now, be ready to cast 30, 40 feet out. Big egg sliding sinker, size 8 hook, power bait or a worm, something real delicate, 4-pound fluoro, something like that, because that's what it's taken to get those trout to bite. Give me a second, anything. I will find the post, the link, and you can pin it. I haven't had a drink in 2 hours, and I'm not sure what those words mean, but I trust you, Brad. Myra, what's going on? Sampy, friends with fishing there. Steve's link. Appreciate you guys. So yeah, I was going to have the kids. The kids are all carrying on. Everybody was having a good time, and then I freaking fell down the steps, and then Lyle's all upset. So everybody's just a little crazy at the moment. So I just figured I'd hide in the basement and whine to you all. Bradazzle, what's going awesome? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Does everyone in your family like to eat trout? Yeah, Joe, our family, thank God, they love seafood, man. They love deer meat, seafood. Wait, I got a short on this phone right here. I got to upload. Today we cooked up we just did a huge fish fry at like 6 o'clock tonight from the 5 pounds of perch. That's what it weighed, 5 pounds of yellow perch Kevin and I caught last week. another local lake. So we deep fried that in our fryer tonight, and there's nothing more than we like in our family than a fish fry. The kids have like 20 seasonings, and then they'll mix them up and make like new seasonings out of those, and it's just a good way to end the day. Um, we fished today. I think we were live. Yeah, we were live for a little bit, but we fished for like 6 hours over at a local lake. We only caught 4 yellow perch and a green sunfish. I didn't take a rod. I just let Kevin fish. And I actually watched a bunch of lives here. There's Steel City Fishing. Let me get you a wrench. I've seen you around. I think you've been in here before, but you've been around in the same channels I have. Awesome, Danny. Let me go get you. I know you're about to pass out, man. It's like 6 o'clock where Danny's from. He's in the Netherlands here. Let me get Steel City taken care of. Not the first time I've broken ribs, and it won't be the last, but God, I suck. I'll be right back, guys. Let me go find, I think I copied the link. Let me go find Danny's email. Oh. Hi, Danny. I just hooked you up there, buddy. I replied back to your email with the link to the lives. So this is fun. You guys are getting the behind the scenes of the busted ribs that you'll see me whine about for the next month of my life, probably. Hopefully, I can still do everything I need to do. Oh my God. Rude is in the house, and one of my musician friends. What's going on, Cole? There's Danny. What's going on? There we go. Let's get Danny up here. Let's see. Oh my God, you still have the hat. What's going on, brother? Happy New Year. You're into the new year. How's 2025 treating you? Oh no, I can't hear you. I got no audio.
And now
Yeah, perfect, perfect. I got you now.
I said,
Awesome.
go back.
It hurts so bad.
Let me see. It's 4:20 in the morning at the moment, so I will be up even if Skeeter comes on.
Yes.
I drunk myself sober again.
I know the feeling. You do come around, don't you? Yeah.
I had a bottle of whiskey, I had 2 bottles of vodka, and I think 1.5 gallon of beer. So I'm sober again.
Well, there's one day to do it. Tonight's the night. Stay safe. Stay at home.
Oh man.
VV fishing. Let me get caught up real quick.
Oh, Brad.
You hanging home tonight, or did you guys go out?
No,
Yeah, my pictures.
we stayed home.
Stay at home. Yeah. I was telling somebody tonight, I was like, I don't drink beer, but once in a while I'll drink whiskey, but I do it about 8 feet from my bed. You know, I'll sit there last thing at night. I want to see, it's not like I'm a crazy party animal. It's like I drink a glass and then I'm out, you know? That's my
Yeah.
note.
I normally never drink. You know,
Yeah.
2 times a year I drink, but I think I lost it a bit.
You made up for it. Russian, that's Ruby's in the house. Welcome. Myra's in the house. So yeah, I fell down the steps like a stupid old guy tonight. Like 10 minutes before I was going to go live, I was rushing around like an idiot. Like I was emailing Brad. I went to find I had my pajama bottoms on, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to go out for a walk. I don't want to sit in the house. I'm going to go out for a walk. It just stopped storming. And like the cat tripped me up, and I went all the way down the steps like a cartoon, like all the way down. And I just laid there, and I'm like, nothing's bleeding, but my ribs are all busted. You know, can't really take a deep breath.
And the ego cranked.
Dude, I don't need this, man. Like I went from like a professional athlete to like a handicap guy in 3 years. I swear that's how fast it went downhill. My body just hurting.
At least it happened in 2024.
Oh, yeah, don't make me laugh. Yes. Judy May, what's going on? Judy May Collins, some awesome channels down here, guys. You see them in my chat. Make sure you connect around. There's Justin. Justin was just live earlier.
Justin.
I
Yeah,
told him,
I was in Justin's.
yeah, I saw you over there. He was hanging out in his hunting blind. 50 Cent. So, yeah, I don't know what we're going to do. I think my younger son, Kev, is upstairs with my wife making, I forget what they call it. It's like a Russian can. They take fruit and they dip it in some type of sugar, but it's under heat, so it like crystallizes. I don't know. They like it. I think it feels like you're eating glass. Like every time I bite into it, I hesitate, and I'm like, "Is that glass?" I don't
I
like
think
it.
I think it's a bit like the candy of Morocco or Turkey. They have it also there. It's very crystallized indeed, but very sweet. But it's nice.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think you have to do it right away because my kids were telling me like when they made it, like the fruit was super cold, and then like the gel or whatever is hot, but then you have to like crystallize it. And you put it back in the freezer again, so it's like an
Yeah.
explosion of heat and cold. And
Sorry.
like I was feeling old. I'm like, that's gonna hurt my teeth. And then I felt on the steps. So I'm like, yeah, I'm done with it. Like I needed to end that way. Uh, yeah.
When I
Yeah,
was watching Justin, I was like, I'm not that drunk. I see double.
I didn't know what he was talking about. He was like streaming on two different platforms. I thought he was like on like Rumble or something, but he was on two streams on YouTube. I'm trying to crack the YouTube code, but he hit 1K. So huge kudos to Justin tonight. He hit 1K.
Yeah, congrats, Justin.
Skeeter's close, I think, right? I think Skeeter's getting real close. I know he's trying to.
871, I think he's at the moment, out of my head.
We need to send somebody over because Skeeter's probably asleep and he's going to go on soon. So we got to wake him up.
I was on the phone when I was watching Justin. I was there with False Paranormal and Skeeter in a threesome call. And he said on a certain moment, I need to go. I need to have a short sleep. So
Yeah.
Mrs. Skeeter is awake, I just saw. So
He's gonna be fueling up for the 11 to 12 hour shift here coming up. So yeah, we had an awesome year. We had an awesome day. A lot of channels went live. We started off with when I woke up. Like first of all, I didn't go to sleep till 4 o'clock last night. Just couldn't sleep. I worked late, but just couldn't sleep. For no reason. I just couldn't sleep. And so I didn't go to bed till 4. I woke up and Steve was already live. So I just figured I'd fill the gap because I knew Nolan was going at 12, Mission Discover. So I just jumped on. We're always fishing, so I just popped up wherever we were, some weird spot.
yeah, there
Still
was a nice fishing spot.
it's a beautiful spot. It's just heavily pressured, so there's not much around there. But sometimes you get lucky because like a whole, like perch. I'm sure like you have yellow perch, right?
We have perch, we have pike. You have shiners, but that we call it voren in Dutch.
Okay.
We have catfish, Welsh catfish. We don't have the flatheads or bull catfish or something.
How
Brim,
big cats are they the huge one? Wells are the huge ones, right?
yeah, that massive world record ones. That's a nice fight,
Yeah, I would imagine so. Before I forget, hi to Julie. Julie's in. Random J Adventures is in. I see Jeff Beals in the house. Jeff, I just fell down my steps. Oh God. Slap, what's going on with you, Slap Hunter? Jimmy James Bailey. Man, let me get you a wrench here. Happy New Year's, guys. If I'm talking like an old person, it's because I can hardly breathe. I took 2 hours. I'm just waiting for them to kick in.
Century.
So yeah, the perch here, like I don't know if they're the same there, but they school up. So even though it's like a heavily fished place, you could get skunked one day and the winds turn and all of a sudden a new school's in. So
Yeah.
it's one of those spots and it just wasn't happening.
If you look in one of my shorts, there is me holding up a perch. You can check if it's the same. I think it's the same.
Yeah, I noticed like there's like a European perch, and I don't know like the subtle differences. I know like I've seen in Scotland they get some huge ones, and like our record's like 3 or 4 pounds, which is monstrous. You know, we
Yeah.
usually get them like if they're 10 inches, it looks like a slab. Roll calls cabin ace fly, awesome.
In
I don't know,
sky blue.
sky blue fishing. What's going on? Happy New Year to you all. I, I was
Yeah,
like, I'm
it was
fun tonight,
it
energetic, and have a good time, and then fell down my steps. Georgia time. What's going on?
you know, you may not see the end of the glass, at the bottom of the glass. It needs to stay full.
Nope. Yeah, I'm done for the night. That's for sure. I'm flagged. Whether it was
Hey,
Twitter
Mrs. Skeeter.
flag,
Is Skeeter already awake?
yeah, we need to know the whereabouts of Mr. Skeeter. At least you had a good time up until the fall. I do have a good time up to the fall. Yes, that's how it goes in human nature. Raptor Will, what's up? What's up? Like the Xander to our walleye, much bigger. Yeah, so like walleye and perch, they're all kind of related, and Xander, and I know there's another like hybrid here that's also in the same family. I don't know. They just like combine some of the letters. I'm trying to think of what that one is. I
Yeah,
saw
like
someone caught one recently.
say with perch and pike combined as a sander. It's called snoekbaars. So a snoek is pike.
Northeast, I fell down my steps. Like I was rushing around my house to go live, and right before I went live, I felt it. I tripped on my cat, fell down the steps, busted up my ribs, so I can hardly breathe. So, not a good job. No, I wish
You
I had.
will wake up. You will wake up sore tomorrow.
I've broken my ribs several times, and it's never hurt like this immediately. So I'm dreading the morning. You know, you bust them and you're like, oh, I think I'm all right. And you lay down and then you just can't get up. Like
Yeah.
you have to roll out the side or and have somebody like assist. And it's just, there's no easy way up. Walleye and sauger is a saw guy. That's the one I was thinking of. Saw guy. Yeah. So wait,
Can be.
I'm not, I try to be an expert, but I'm not. You said there's a cross between a pike and a perch.
Yeah, it's called they in Germany they call it stander. And that's we call it snoekbaars. I can Google a picture of it and send it to you. There's no problem.
Weird relationship right there. That seems like a weird relationship between a pike and a perch. But
They get as big as the perch, as big perch.
yeah, so your perch must be slightly different things. I can't imagine like our perch ever, going out for dinner with a pike.
Yeah, I think our biggest purchase here will be like a foot long, max.
Really? Okay.
But that's
But
you
you
never.
big how big do your pike get?
You measure in foot. I measure in centimeters. Mm, 3, 4 foot are
Okay. So
big
yeah,
ones, big
yeah,
ones over here. And
yeah.
carp, they get massive.
So Mr. Skeeter is passed out in his recliner. That's the whereabouts of Mr. Skeeter. So at least Mr. Skeeter is safe. Um, don't send them down the steps for anything tonight. The steps are the silent killer.
Yeah.
I've reached the age where I think I have to get grippy socks or wear shoes in my house because I'm telling you, like the cat was there. That's what caused it. But there was no reason for my feet to slide out like they did. Like it was cartoonish. And like I was on like down all the steps. Thank God they're carpeted, but still, I was down so fast and in the wall. Like I got cross checked by Brad in a no check hockey league. I was in the boards before the ref saw it.
Is the wall still in one piece?
I didn't even check, man. I was looking for my ribs. I was like making sure, that was like tears and blood coming out of my face hole.
If somebody falls on the ground, I always say, "There's nothing with the ground."
That's my dad would always say that. Like, if you crashed your bike, is the bike all right? The first thing out of his mouth is like, yeah. But I once saw a carp and two trout in a net. Anything can happen. That's ridiculous, Brad. I've never heard of such a thing. JT, Happy New Year. That's one of my Pennsylvania brethren right there. Heck of an angler. If you guys don't have June T, make sure you connect over. He does a lot of fishing for trout, wild trout on the big rivers like the Delaware and the Lehigh, where they're not easy to catch. And he's like the master of the jerk bait. He's a really good jerk bait fisherman.
Yeah, sometimes I see you fishing, and I see Kevin and you pulling out the fish like bam, 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 and I went like, damn.
Everyone looks like a pro when they're biting. And then the next day, you got a new audience watching, and you're not catching anything, and everybody's giving you the tips. And it's like, you try to be cool. And some of the tips are good, but most of the tips are just like, yeah, this is embarrassing. I should just shut this thing down and save fish. Just, a lot of us in this community are the same way. We're not like out to like say, look how good I look. We're like a venue for people to hang out, chat, and have a good. And I do know a few things about fishing, so I do try to educate. And it always scares me educating because I feel like it sounds like, like I'm being preachy or something. But I'm just trying to show you what works for me, what saved me time. But I've learned a lot from guiding, and especially between Alaska and Pennsylvania. It's basically two countries, even though it's in the United States. There's nothing related between those two land masses. And what I learned in Pennsylvania, none of it worked up there. And we have salmon here, just completely different river systems, different type of salmon, the way they act and react to baits.
Yeah,
So always take local knowledge over, any type of knowledge.
definitely. Yeah, send ATC the link. He wants to come up after me.
Okay, will do. Will do.
What was it last time? Justin did a live with two phones before at the river, and he was talking against the other one, and the other one was pointed at his back and his rod and the river. And at a certain moment, there were only about 6 people are watching him talking, and 96 people were watching the other. You think,
Don't try to make sense of it. You'll never get those hours back in your life that you try to make sense of YouTube. Don't ever try to make sense of it. I've watched channels break down the algorithms and say, we figured it out, and they can prove it, right? They can prove their next videos are off the charts, and then watch what happens. Then it changes. Because if somebody's gaming the system, they're gonna adjust to it. So just do your thing, have fun. And if you're the chosen one, you're gonna have everyone come to your. It's all you can do is be yourself and
I
do.
told I told Skeeter last time. I said, you know what, you need to try. Put on your monkey mask, go live, and and say nothing. Just say nothing for an hour.
Before I fell down the steps like an idiot, I was gonna go live, act like literally spend the first 5 minutes asleep on my couch, just pretend like I'm sitting there asleep. That's what I was gonna do. But then I fell down the steps and it was like, this is me being energetic. This is like all I can muster at this point.
That's
I
fantastic.
put his comment up. He said, I can verify for the steps took him out, messed up his knee. I'm telling you, man, I've watched shows and I've watched people fall down steps and I always thought it was phony. I'm like, nobody falls down the steps like that. Dude, I
Yeah.
felt it like that, man. I could have been like Brad Pitt. I would have been famous in that role.
What's
Raptor
it?
says I think the perch in Europe are a different species than the yellow perch here in the States. The European perch is the species of perch. Wait, Will, I think Will's too young to drink. Is he drinking? The European perch is the species of perch in Europe.
Yeah.
The European perch is the species of perch in Europe. I think I'm sorry. Oh man, I don't know if he's joking, if he's pulling my leg or not, but that sounds kind of funny. Let me get caught up real quick.
Yeah. I think, Brad, if you are ready, say okay, then I will jump off and Brad can jump in.
Random says you have a great voice, great narrator. Yeah, we've talked about that before. He's got an awesome voice to like be a narrator or something. I know he's talking to you because Random's in my chats all the time. He's never said that before, so I know he's talking to you. So I guess Little Finn is in the house, which is showing up. Must have stolen Mom's phone. That's interesting development. Behave, Kevin. Ace Flaw 1 is still in the house. Let's see. All right, there's Brad.
Whenever, Danny. Then
All right.
see you guys later. Have a good New Year, and see you in a day next year.
Be there soon enough, man.
I will be in the chat. Cheers.
Cheers. Watch those steps. Now I got to figure out how I'm going to get the link over to our buddy here. Copy link. Email. Sent you an email the second before I fell down the stinking steps. Yeah, Danny was awesome. He's helped Steve out with his channel. Next drink. Stay off the steps, Danny. I post to community tab. What was that? I post to community, Bob. Hey, thanks, Justin. Thank God we're only live for an hour, man. I wanted to come up and just hang out with y'all. This is not how I wanted to do it. I thought I'd go for a walk. I had some sparklers I thought I'd shoot off. This is embarrassing. I thought about just not coming up, but I couldn't do that. Brad's going to pop up soon. I just sent you the email, Brad. I think I got everybody. There he is. This is Brad from All Things Country, another awesome Shark member, huge supporter, not just me, but everybody in our community. Oh, never mind. I got trolled by a horse, apparently.
Happy
Man,
New Year, everybody.
I thought it was a horse, but it's Kenny Rogers.
Ouch.
Oh, Happy New Year. Happy New Year, buddy.
You're not drunk enough to eat this chicken.
This is ridiculous, man. I didn't know I didn't know to stop or start drinking after I fell down the steps. So I think I might have to start. It's hurting.
No, I mean last night. So what are we today? We're Tuesday. So Sunday, the dog was rooting through the trash, picked up a treble hook in his leg.
I was wondering how this all transpired. Hey, Mary
Yeah.
Gig, Helen, Castaways, welcome in, buddy.
No, I was cleaning out my stuff, getting all my stuff ready for ice fishing, and I threw an old lure in the trash, along with a bunch of papers and junk. No food or anything in there. The pup went downstairs when I wasn't looking, rooted through the garbage,
Oh,
came up and had was it's a head lure, so two treble hooks off the back. He had one in his top lip,
oh my
the other
God.
in his front paw. So I got the one out of his lip real easy. what happened was he got her in his paw and then tried to dig it out with his lip. And so the one out of his lip came easy, thankfully. And then I'm not, at that point, I'm like, well, I'm not digging 2 treble hooks out of his back leg. Like they were right in there.
Yeah.
So we started calling emergency vets, and it was like $400 just to
Bro,
walk through the door. Right. And then after that, whatever. So anyway, long story short, I got off lucky. The dog, he wasn't in any pain.
oh, good.
I cut everything I could, I cut off,
Yeah.
and he was fine walking around. And the next morning, I took him into the local vet, and I got off easy. I mean, it was $500, which is not great, but
Right.
it could have been worse, right?
Yeah. They can make up
And,
almost the price they want.
it's like, what a way to end the year off. How typical, right?
It's always the
But
way. As soon as, like, when you least expect it, it comes out of nowhere.
yeah,
Unfortunately, I don't see a cheesecake on Brad tonight, Myra. I don't see any cheesecakes at all. I'm looking carefully, but he might have eaten it already. I'm not sure.
nope. Cheesecake's tomorrow. Tomorrow's New Year's meal, big ham and blueberry cheesecake,
Nice. Nice.
Crown Royal and ginger ale.
Yeah, nice. It's good to have a nice soda occasionally. Yeah, well, we got the storms and the heavy rain. We had lightning and thunder tonight, New Year's Eve. It's crazy. So I thought it'd be cool to go out there and kind of give you a fireworks show from nature. But yeah, my cat had other plans. My stray cat. So this stray cat and I have a lot of history. It chose us. It just started showing up at our door. I already had 2 cats. I don't really like cats, but I have 2 cats. And then this cat started hanging out. Every time the kids would get off the bus, it would run up to them, hop on their leg, and they'd sit outside with them. So winter was coming, it was getting colder, and we were posting on Facebook trying to get people to take care of this damn cat. And people here are like really like sensitive. Like if you're feeding a cat, they get mad at you. Like, well, what are you feeding it for? That's why it keeps showing up, right? You shouldn't feed strays. So I made the mistake of saying, like, I'm not feeding this thing, right? Well, that's all you have to say on Facebook. And then like, oh, how could you not feed this thing? It's starving to death. So I end up taking this thing in, still getting blocked and yelled at on Facebook and all this other crap. I bring this cat in, turns out to be a boy cat, does not get along with the 2 girl cats. So we go to the vet to get it fixed or what a neutered or whatever you want to call it. So one of its testicles is not where it's supposed to be. So boom, $1,000 surgery right off the gun to get the thing out. So yeah, that's fun. Finally got he's a great cat. He's better than my other 2 cats. I would trade him for the other 2 any day. But that's the cat that threw me down the steps tonight.
There you go. Payback is a bitch, I guess. I don't know. No,
There's
I've got
Stephen
I've got
Krishan.
a
He's up in Maine, I believe.
yeah,
Right?
I've got a cat. I don't post pictures very much because I don't like it very much. But I mean, you know a little bit about me. I've got my place. I'm in the middle of nowhere. My
Mhm.
nearest neighbor is, a mile plus down the road, and it kept showing up on my doorstep, and I just didn't have the heart to turn it away, right? Because what happens is people in the city get cats. They don't like them. They go drive out to the middle of nowhere, which is where I live. They
Yeah.
turn them loose, and then they start showing up, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and this thing just kept showing up. So I'm like, well, I'll feed it, whatever. And then it came in and it lived in my basement.
That's how
Miserable.
basement cat for a long time. This was their basement cat.
But this thing is miserable. It hisses at me every morning. It tries to bite my ankles when I walk past. You know, and you know,
Oh man.
as a hunter, without going into too much detail, I don't have a lot of respect for wild cats because one wild cat will kill 1,000 songbirds.
Right, right. Yeah, I've always told, like, I'm a big believer, keep your indoor pets indoors, like, because I know, like, I'm not going to say it. I'm just yeah, because they're hunters. They're out there killing is what they're doing.
But now it's my cat, and it's been fixed and declawed, and it wouldn't survive outside without claws, right? So
Yeah, it break its feet trying to climb a
my
tree.
basement cat, um, you know, the dog
So,
hates it. I hate it. Everyone that comes in the house hates it. But here it is, right?
that's
So
awesome.
I go, uh, I'll submit, pal, that there's a good possibility that cat was trying to push you down. You may like it. It may have been trying to push you down the stairs this whole time. You just don't know it. They're sneaky that way.
Well, we just watched the movie. I think it was called Red. I really couldn't tell because my kids were wrestling the entire movie, but I think it was called Red. It was like about CIA operatives that were old and retired, but then they were being taken out, because the vice president had this whole thing that he was involved in, and these were like the last couple of people that knew about it, and he was now going to become the president. So it was like Morgan Freeman, the guy from the other great Christmas movie, Gibson. Mel Gibson? No, not Mel Gibson. He's the guy we're not allowed to talk about anymore. I don't remember the guy's name. I can only think of bad words right now, and I can't say any of them to give you a hint on the movie he was from. Oh man, the Tokihama Plaza, Die Hard.
Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis, yes, yeah, Bruce Willis. So he was in it. They have some big hitters in this movie, but I'm not a big movie guy. But it was a really cool movie. The way the plot developed, it was cool. A lot of unexpected terms. We were watching that one, and I'm pretty sure that was a CIA hit on me. They put the cat there to take me out tonight, but they didn't get me.
We're getting roasted down in chat, pal. From what I could see.
Let me get caught up here. Um, so you had his stuff cut off, and he just threw you down the steps. Seems fair. Well, I could have left him on and let you know what he was doing to the two female cats. I can go into details if you need to know. I don't think it was consensual. Uh, hey, Weldon Carey's in the house. What's going on? What's going on? Bruce Willis. Thank you, Myra. Thank you. Yes, yes. All I'm hearing is you guys love cats. uh, I like pets that I'm not emotionally connected to. I like my chickens better than my cats. I grew up with dogs, and I had two dogs, and I had a good hunting dog, Springer Spaniel. That's the dog. That was my dog. And eventually, the spot that we hunted, the farmer told me, like I was a 12-year-old boy, that they had all these cats and they were going to throw all these cats in a bag and drown them. So that I came home and told my mom that. So that's how we started getting cats. She took the cats in, and one cat dies. Well, the other cat that's still living needs a friend. So you get another cat. Then that cat dies and you need a friend. Like you never go catless unless they both get run over or something. So now we're cat people, I guess. Hey, Slatty, I did see that. I do want to see your stripers, buddy. Um, yeah, Slab Hunter's been on some monster local stripers, which is awesome. $5 super chat. Appreciate it, buddy. Oh, what is that thing?
I forget what they're called.
He forgets what they're called too. We got Kev here.
It's basically just sugar, water heated, and then it forms like a crystal around the. It tastes real good. It crunches a lot.
Feels like glass.
That's the whole point of it.
I think I broke my tooth.
It's not supposed to be that crunchy. That was a real crunchy one.
That was a really crunchy one. It tastes like.
That's a real big one.
That's a nice one.
That's a nice one.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah.
It tastes like
We got 400 more upstairs.
strawberry glass. That's what it tastes like.
Strawberry glass.
Thanks, pal.
I got ahead. I'll close your door for you.
You can leave. Well, yeah, you better close that door. That cat's trying to kill me. Thanks. Oh, man. All right. It's good. I just don't like it because it tastes like it tastes like glass. Like you don't need to doctor up fruit. There's nothing you got to do to good fruit. It's awesome. Michigan, boom, boom dog, outdoors. Welcome in. Are we allowed to say that word? I feel dirty saying that word on YouTube. The cat has it out for Rob. So what's your New Year's Day going to be, Brad? What are you doing tomorrow besides your feasting?
You know what? I don't know. Normally, our hunting's over. Our deer hunting's over here. It's a normal tradition for me personally. Mental health thing. Every New Year's morning, I make a nice hot coffee with Bailey's in a travel mug. I head out back, and weather permitting, I sit up in the tree stand
Nice.
for half an hour or whatever, and just look out and kind of think about think about what happened the year past, think about what's happening the year future, or what I want to happen in the year future. I mean, obviously, with the pup the way he is, we'll see. He's good. He's getting around, so I might be able to do that. And then it's just home time with the family.
Yeah.
I'm not, not to get into it at this late hour because this is a party evening, but I'm not a religious person. But like you, I'm a spiritual person.
Mhm.
And New Year's is just any other day if you make it be any other day. To me,
Yeah.
it's just a good time to personally take that minute to
Yeah.
put it to something and put a start to something and reflect and you know move forward the way you want to move forward. So, I mean, I wish I'd be ice fishing. Um, I was out this morning. I got 3 pike, but we're kind of we had 8 inches, and then today we had 5 inches, but it was spotty.
Yeah.
So tomorrow we're still above zero. I don't want to risk it because the day after it's going down to -7 Celsius. So probably, I
Well,
don't know,
you are
20.
going to risk it. You can usually find safe ice if you give it a couple days. Where here, everybody's like, you know what? Be safe. Wait a couple more days. I'm like, it's not safe here ever. Like, if you got 4 inches and you know what you're doing and you have your safety stuff, you got to get on it because heck, I've been on the ice twice in, almost 3 years now around me without traveling 3, 4 hours, it just doesn't freeze up like that anymore. Or
Well,
recently,
yeah, that's exactly how it is. And to me, to like tomorrow, it's going to be spotty, and I'd probably be fine.
I
But if
want
I
to,
wait another 2 days, it's going to be 22 degrees. It's going
yeah,
to freeze all back up again, and it's also going to be beautiful, smooth ice, right? No snow on top.
solid.
I'll
Oh, nice.
put the cleats on, get out there, enjoy myself,
Yeah.
not have to. So, um, yeah, that's the plan. I might. Um, I wrecked my GoPro. Um,
Lord.
I wrecked my GoPro making the micro fishing rod video.
Of course, the worst combo ever, of course, is going to take out your GoPro. It's fitting. If you couldn't hate the
Well,
combo more,
if you remember when I caught that little, when I gave you guys the challenge and I caught that little bullhead, it was on a little like a culvert, covered culvert, and it was windy as hell. And I had the GoPro out there on the tripod, and the wind blew it over, and the lens landed on the cement. And if you look closely at my most recent videos, you'll see that blurry thing in the top left corner, right? So they're
yeah,
sending me a new. I'll get it this week, free of charge.
nice.
It's actually a 7, my GoPro. It's an older model, but they
Yeah,
stood by it. Yeah, it's an issue people have had where the protector for the lens. When you have a lens on your camera, you have that like circle around it of plastic or whatever.
I
it
had to
doesn't
replace
stick so it actually landed lens first.
Hmm.
So they recognized it, sent me a replacement free of charge. I mean, the only crummy thing was I had to send mine in, so I haven't had one in.
Right.
But it
Yeah.
cost me nothing. So good on them for at least honoring their warranty.
I know people have had their problems, but they've been good. The first time I ever got a GoPro, I took it down the creek, had it all sealed up, put it in the water, came out, never worked again. So they're like, "Oh, it's red." It was, it got water. I was like, I don't know what to tell you, man. I sealed the thing, and it never really fit because I remember shutting it, thinking like that doesn't even seem like it's waterproof. So that was a faulty one, but they didn't question it at all. They took it right back, and then I broke the lens on it, and they sent me a replacement lens and gave me a video on how to replace it. And it was the piece in the back, I believe, that little clear piece in the back. I think it was because I thought it was destroyed. So I replaced that, and that pretty much fixed it. It wasn't perfect, so that's why I got the new one. I wanted to upgrade anyway, and I eventually got the 12 for like my birthday present. But that was like I went 6 months, you know, looking like I was fishing in the fire.
I'm actually going to keep. They actually sent the old. They're sending the old one back in the package, and with the new one, and I'm actually going to keep it. And I'll use it. Like say you're doing a video where you want two angles, right? I'll put one out, and we'll see what happens. Or you
Yeah.
do it. I'll crop it into a short, right? Where that little scratch isn't in there, or whatever.
It's nice to have the extra, just for like rod takedowns or any, you can tie it onto your reel with the drag screaming, like anything that's just like a little thing, but that could be like a big part of your video. Is just the most minute angle of something, but something that's dedicated to that.
I did
Yeah.
one video. I mean, this is like my first ever fishing video. Shortly after I joined your channel and stuff, and I had what I called the just the tip cam, right?
Big
And
Ben,
it just showed the tip of the rod, right?
welcome, welcome.
But
Alan wants to pop up too before I go. Alan, I can only
Colin,
do time, but I will send you the link in a few moments here, and we'll have you come up here. Is that cool if we sneak him in before I go off and give?
um, Peter's going to be live in probably about 5-10 minutes, so
Yeah,
I'll hop. I just wanted to thank you personally, pal, for this year. It's been awesome. I
it's
wanted
been
to thank everyone that's here down in chat, all the folks that we get to interact with every day, because it really is a special community.
it is.
Uh,
It really is.
and there's not a day that I don't get up that you guys all give me something to look forward to. And to me,
Yeah,
there's no better gift you could ever give anyone than just something to look forward to every day.
yeah.
So
I appreciate that. It's everybody in chat, and it doesn't matter if they're catching or not. It's that positive attitude and that community, and for me, it's waking up seeing Steve down on the dock, sitting in slush.
yeah, we could go on for the next hour and we would never get off of here.
Right.
Down this thing.
All
Again,
right.
thank you, buddy, pal. Thank you to you personally. Thank you to everyone down in the chat. I'll see you guys all soon. Thanks for having me, Bob. We'll let whoever wants to pop up next. And then
Watch
I hope to see you all on Skeeters down in the chat.
I'll see you on Skeeters. Take care. Let's see, Alan, let me see if I can get you up here. If you can send me an email, Alan, I'll have you pop up real quick. It's a mouthful, and I don't have a way to really type it in here, I don't think. It's Holitna River Lodge at gmail.com. If anybody wants to put that in there, Alan, if you can shoot me an email, I can send you the link. This is that feature where only one person can come up at a time. It's through YouTube. It's not through StreamYard. There you are. All right, cool. Let me see if I can. Let's see. Hang on. I'm going to do this like old school here. Write this thing down. Give me 1 second because I do want to see. Alan's been a long time supporter, world class surf caster. I don't know if that's the right terminology. But let me see if I can get him here. Link, copy link. All righty. There we go. Thank you, Jenny. I appreciate that. I just emailed the link over to you, Alan. You should be able to just click on that and you magically will pop up here in a few moments. Yeah, I wish I could say it as well as Brad. I'm just not like well, I am emotional, but I go off the deep end real fast, so I try to hold it in. But yeah, you guys are, awesome. So many of us. I've seen so many of you guys in person. And I know how much everybody means to each other. It's a really special community we have. Here comes Alan. I think he's going to pop up if I hit the right button.
Hello, Rob.
There he is in the human form. Look at that.
Hello.
I don't know if I've seen you live before. I've seen your videos, but I don't know if I've ever.
Yes. You see my videos, man, but you never seen me face to face.
Yeah, so this is Alan Castaways. He's in our chat if you want to click on his link and connect over. But this is the legend of.
Brilliant. I'm really loving this, man.
I appreciate you coming up here, and I saw your words today. I read more chat than I can say because I always feel like I'm speaking over somebody, but I usually catch everything that comes through, and I see some of the stuff you put out there, and I appreciate it. If I don't read it, I do see it, so I appreciate you.
I've seen a lot of your stuff, and I really appreciate you've done some good stuff over the 24.
Thank you. We try. We try to do our best with what we got. Like what kind of started us is I was brought up as an outdoorsman. My family's an outdoorsman, and like during like COVID, we bumped into so many people that got into the outdoors that didn't know
Yeah.
anything about the outdoors. So my channel, like our channel, coming up with it was really kind of based on that, like keeping things super simple, and also having stuff for everybody, but not skipping the simple stuff.
Yeah. Well, we had a lot to do with the COVID. There was a lot shut down over here in the UK, as you know. It affected me in a lot of ways with the casting. I've been doing it for many years. I've been teaching a lot of people, even disabled people, for many, many years. And it was hard work over the COVID time because you couldn't go anywhere, you couldn't fish anywhere. Now the fishing over there is completely different over there. The sea fishing here is completely different. And do you know, we enjoy the channels, we enjoy the fishing over there. They're completely different to the UK. At the moment, we've got really bad weather here. At the moment, we've got snow, rain, and strong winds. I've said over the years, like today, the casting and things that I teach today is completely different back in '84. things have changed. Things have come on in a lot of ways. I was taught by an old friend, and I was taught by a guy that made rods over here called Paul Kerry.
Mhm.
And going back in 1984 when I started, I used to go with my dad. I used to go getting worms on the beach, go fishing. And this particular day I was coming home and I said to my dad, "What are they guys doing in the field?" He said, "I've not got a clue." And I said, "Right, well, can we go over and speak to him?" And we went over and spoke to him. And there was tournament casting. There was casting distances further than I could ever think of.
That's awesome.
And it went from there because I wanted to be like them. I wanted to cast further
Mhm.
and get further in the field. So for many years, well, not for many years, for many months, I went over and I spoke to this guy who was an old bloke who'd been doing it from 1964, 65. And he taught me the ins and outs of casting. You still there, Bob? Hello? You've gone. Bob's
Oh,
gone.
I'm, I tried
Oh,
to, I wanted to pin your link up and I hit the wrong button.
oh, right. Well, your picture disappeared then, mate.
Gonna
Sorry.
touch one.
Yeah, your picture disappeared then. Anyway, I got talking to this guy and I went for lessons with him for the weekend. And he went from there and I went over to the tournament side where I was seeing the top casters in England, in Jamaica, in South Africa. I went to Australia. I went here, I went there, I went to different places. And for the size of me, when I was casting, the guys used to come up, big lads, like, and they was casting and said, "Little man, how do you cast so far?" I said, "Technique,
Mhm.
practice, technique, practice, 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 and technique." Now, I'm going to do an autobiography of myself this year, 2025. I'm getting all my old videos together and all my old tapes together, and I'm going to do an autobiography of myself of when I first started. It
Nice.
takes time, it takes practice, it takes a long time to practice. Now, today, people go out and they do the casting and they have magnets on the reels. They wind the magnets off and they wind the magnets on and wind the magnets off. Yeah. When I first started, there was none of that. It was a straight reel. It was just fixed spool
Mhm.
with all 3/5 line and 60-pound shot leader with 60-pound leads. So there was no winding on, winding off, winding on, winding off. It was straight right the way through. And I said to these guys today, and you see them today, and you look at your videos today on YouTube, they will say, "I'm doing 280, 290 yards." Could you do that back then? No. There was no, it was just straight brake control then. There was
Mhm.
no magnets on, off, on, off. It was all straight brake blocks.
Cool.
And it was straight fishing. There was no of this. Now, all you new modern rods today, on the market, which I have one, which is a Daiwa Kenzaki, which is a 13.6, which is a carbon rod right the way through. I've casted Sentry for many years. I've casted Ziplex for many years. Now, the difference in the rods is in the midsection and the tip section and the butt section. Some are very soft, some are very mild, some are very stiff. Right. So I went over from Daiwa when Paul said I finished. I finished with Daiwa. I'm not making any more. I'm not doing any more. What do I do when I want to do rod audit breaks where you are not going to get one because don't make them anymore? Okay, so I'll go over to Sentry, which was the next best thing, which was the TT Sport Mark 1, which was the old one back in 1989, 1990. And I'd taken it out and I tried it and I thought, wow, yeah, pokey little stick. Pokey little stick. He went from the mid to the tip section, was very fast, but it was the recovery on the tip. Right, okay, I'll get one. So I went and bought one, and then I went on to the Sentry up to I think it was 6 years after, 5, 6 years after, the Ziplex brought a new rod out called the M4. And I thought, right, well, I'll get one. And I bought one. And I bought the M4. Oh, cracking rod. I'm only small, Bob. I'm only small. I'm 5'4", 5'6". Yeah, I'm always tiny. For me to pull a long rod round is very hard to compress.
Mhm.
For a big guy, the longer the rod is easier to compress.
Yeah.
And I said this for a long time. People used to advertise in magazines for a long, long time, and people would watch on the videos, whoa, that rod can cast a long way. Yeah.
Mhm.
Now, you would have people my size going buying this rod that can't control it because it's too long. The rod is too long for them, and they were selling them cheap. They would go, I bought this rod, I can't control it, it's too stiff, blah, 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 because of the size, because it's a hell of a lot of rod to compress, to pull round.
What you can handle,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's
More
too much for
can't
them
handle.
to control.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
Skeeter
I
is alive, guys. Skeeter had just popped up alive. I don't want to hold him
nice
back.
Skeeter.
So he's over live right now, partying it up. So after this, we're going to shut this thing down in just a few moments. When anyone looking for a place to go, head on over to Skeeter's. Alan, we'll do some more like panels and stuff. Definitely love to have you come up and talk more about this. If you'd be interested, I would love to have you.
Oh, most definitely, Bob.
Okay.
Most definitely.
Awesome. I appreciate you watching. I'm like, I got Skeeter in the background. I got to block his face because he's making me laugh too much. So I'll stay there and we can go see what that character is up to. But yeah, Happy New Year. Blessings for the new year. And thank
You too, Bob.
you, Alan. Thank you, everybody in chat. Let me drop out of here and we'll see you all later. Peace out.
Peace out, Bob.